When I said there would be bling, I meant it. Shout out to Kevin's mom for getting me a juicy suit for Christmas. You're a real one. Are you getting the vision? Do you get the vision? It's a little bit rock and roll, a little bit Y2K, a little bit glam. It's the beginning of my personal rebrand. Step 1, bling. We will do a quick bling haul and then we'll go from there. Hopefully my grody desk mat looks good in this lighting. Okay, so do you guys remember the fleur-de-lis rhinestone jeans that I got many, many videos back?
Fleur-de-lis on the back pockets?
The rhinestones have all been falling off. So, first order of business is to re-rhinestone those. So I initially got these. They are way too big. These are just clear AB. And they say, yeah, SS. I'm going to have to learn all these sizes. SS30, 6.3 to 6.5. So then I picked up SS16. And these are a way better size. And I think these look really good. Swarovski have made it really impossible to buy from them all of a sudden. Like, they decided that this was, like, not something that they wanted to be supporting, I guess. I don't know. And now you have to have a license or something. Okay. Now, I got these in case any of the rhinestones come off of my juicy suit. But, you know, it's all the different sizes. So that's just good to have anyway. And I got these ones are silver because one of the rhinestones came off of my Zadig and Voltaire, so I can replace with some of these. Now, these I'm really excited about. Originally, I just got this size. These are also SS16. I plan on blinging out a Metallica t-shirt with you guys today. And it had, this color ended up being so perfect. This is Citrine AB. You know, the Metallica logo has like the real like spiky bits on the beginning and end. So I decided that I should get smaller ones for the spiky parts and to, you know, fill in. Like, you know, like the juicy stuff all has like a couple different sizes. So I'm really excited about this. Oh, and the nails, yeah. We'll actually get to that first. I know I said first order of business was to re-rhinestone the jeans. First order of business is we are going to do a tutorial on these. And guess what? I'm feeling nice. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of cat eye. You know, maybe I will catch more flies with honey or whatever. It is kind of my lazy cat eye technique because I knew that I would be doing the leopard design over, so I didn't care too much to perfect it. Normally, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my cat eye. If I'm not putting a design over, it has to be perfect. And I also did more of like a, can you even see it in this lighting? Not really. I did more of like I wanted like a bar of cat eye. Usually I go for like the oval. This time I just went for a bar. I thought it would lend itself well to the design. So let's do that. Roll the footage. Okay, I'm starting with my nails prepped. There's a base coat on. I talked about it. I do not bother buffing my nails beforehand. Just do base coat. Never had a problem. Okay. Now, like I said, this is my lazy cat eye. This isn't the full blown. If you want the real secrets, you have to. This channel has to blow up before I give my secrets. But As you will see, even though I said this is my lazy technique, I go over it and redo it 3 times. So it's a lot of, trial and error. Even though I have been doing this for like over 5 years, it's still not easy. So don't be too hard on yourself if you are having a hard time getting it right. So another thing, the different styles of cat eye. You will also find it easier with certain polishes. You will find it, some techniques work for some don't work. So just, it's a lot of trial and error. With this one, I call this more of like a silky kind of this kind of technique that I'm doing here works better for a silky one. Okay, now I'm going in with a blooming gel. And put a thin layer of blooming gel on. I have had good luck and bad luck with certain blooming gels. This is the Beatles one, and I like this one a lot. I've gotten the Gay Oi one, and I don't like the Gay Oi one. And I'm also going in with the Beatles Art Gel. I've also had good luck and bad luck with certain black polishes when it comes to doing blooming gel. I like the Beatles one. And I'm just using my dotting tool and doing some leopard spots. And now, my biggest beef with blooming gel is that it gets lumpy. So you can see the line of light. When I'm always talking about the line of light, you can see how it's gotten all wavy. So the next part, I will be going over with a matte top coat. Okay, cure for 60 seconds. So I'm going over with the matte top coat. 1, because I'm going to do the chrome stars on top. And 2, I am going to buff the surface of the nails so I can try and make it as smooth as possible. These don't get that smooth because, you also don't want to buff too much and get the actual polish and, buff past the top coat. Cure for 60 seconds, and I'm going to buff them. I meant to put on gloves. I did not put on gloves. You should wear gloves. Also, maybe I should say I don't use the best products. The way I justify it is that I'm not really curing it right on my nails. I'm using them for press-ons. I've decided that that's okay. If you don't want to use these kind of products, I understand. But also, if you're buying from my shop, know that I'm not using really, really fancy stuff. I'll admit it. Now I'm going to use some alcohol to dust off the surface, and it's also going to show me, while it's still wet, I can see the line of light. So I'll go in and buff a little bit further to see if I can get it even smoother. I really need to order a new rubbing alcohol. I would never keep pulling out the alcohol pads. Okay, now I'm going in with my dotting tool and the same art gel, the Beatles one, and I'm going to do my star design. This is my favorite part. The beauty guru chatter are going to get so mad at me for doing the same thing all the time. Get over it. It's my vibe right now. We're curating a vibe. And the star bling is in this season for me. Now I've talked about it. I like to modify my brushes a little bit. I cut out some of the bristles to make them really, really skinny. I like my brushes really skinny, so don't be afraid to modify it. I'm just using my finger Feel free to use. Sometimes I think a sponge applicator doesn't do it as well. A glove does it really well. I cured for 60 seconds before. I really need a new gold chrome. And now I'm using my sponge wedge and getting off the excess. Now, this is the McCart Rhinestone glue. I've had nothing but good luck with this. You guys have seen me do the rhinestones on my nails the last 3 times I've done my nails, and none of them have fallen off. So it's also, is it the glue? Is it my technique? So I'm putting a little dot on and then putting my rhinestones on. I decided to use the same ones that I got for doing my Metallica shirt. I thought it'd be fun. I don't know if the stuff on the back will do anything. I will let you know. Now I'm going around the rhinestone with my rhinestone glue. I don't like to go over the facets, so I go around it to make sure that it stays on. Now I'm actually going to show you some top coat on camera. I usually cut to do my top coat. So just to show you how smooth or not smooth I was able to get it. But I really like how these came out. It does look a little bit tortoiseshell-y, which is also cool, but very like velvety leopard. I like the color choice. I had a hard time picking what color I was going to do for the base, but I love them. And here's the finished product. Yeah, not perfectly smooth. Does it bother me? Yes. And there's a full set. Did a lot of talking. I'm gonna have to take a water break. Do you guys remember when I hauled these? The rhinestones have just been falling off. So, I mean, this is kind of like the original where the nucleus is for this video. And these really don't look as nice as the new ones. So I wonder what these are. I don't know if the jeans came with these or if they were DIY'd. No idea. But I think even in the clip of me showing these, I think you could see one of them fall off.
Chris Angel mind freak who?
Yep, see? If I just brush it, they just fall off. So that's why I'm so afraid of them falling off my juicy suit. It's upkeep. Like, some girls find it worth it to have highlights and to have to keep up with the highlights. Me, it's too much for me. Rhinestones, that I could do. And I also hate sitting in the chair. Get my hair done. I've been cutting my own hair since COVID. Okay, let's get the top down footage going. I'll show you my Hotfix tool. I picked all the rhinestones off. And I'm wondering if they got dull over time from wear. Because like when I got the new rhinestones, I was like, wow, these look so much, way more facets, so much nicer. I think it's probably from regular wear. Because otherwise it would have been nice to just replace the ones that fell off. Or even from the washing machine, right? Wow. Yeah, this cord isn't even long enough. Let's do the first one. Is this the color that I want? Should I change my mind and do the yellow? We have this option now. Although, wouldn't it stink if I ran out of my yellow? My citrine AB. I can't even open this. You know, all these years of buying, like as a kid, I used to bling out stuff and buying Swarovski crystal beads. I never knew until very recently that AB stands for Aurora Borealis. You can't even see it. I think I'm gonna have to get an extension cord. I used to have one when I was little, and they were way better. Yeah, we'll go with the clear AB. Let me know if you think I made the wrong choice in the comments below. The problem is, maybe I'm just using, the thing is too big. It didn't come with many. Is this one more like the right size? I remember the one that I had when I was a kid, you could like grab them. I think the thing might be too big. I don't wanna. Sheesh. It's like I've never done anything in my life. You guys know that that's not true. DIY or die. But now, if anything falls off, I have extras. Ow, hot. And I'm really trying to line it up with the glue marks that are still there. This footage stinks, dude. Not even frame. All right. We'll see what happens. How'd I do? Does it look profesh? I think it looks pretty good. My spacing is not perfect, but pretty good. Profesh. Oh, speaking of profesh, look at how these were hemmed, and they kept the original hem on there. Look at how, I don't understand it, but it's like fascinating to me. I don't know how. Just a really, really good job. On the more unprofessional note, I'm pretty sure that all my footage was really, really bad. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload it to my computer and see what it looks like. And I'll see what happens from there. I only filmed one pocket. So I'll probably just speed through that, and then I might have to wait until I figure out a better setup to do the Metallica t-shirt. I'm probably going to voice over both of them. I'm really trying to see if they're going to stay on. Rocky Row! We did it. This was way harder than I thought it was going to be. Way harder. Is it definitely giving a little bit more Tumblr girl 2010s hairdresser? Yes. But that's really my time, you know? I didn't mention any of that stuff in my things I've been thinking about video, but that's truly my time, and I'm feeling alive. Although I have heard that the kids are bringing back 2016, so they make fun of us and then they try to be us. The shirt is very big. This is one of Kevin's. I just blinged out one of Kevin's shirts. No. Um, Kevin will buy a t-shirt and wash it and dry it one time, and it will shrink on him, and he will then offer it to me for a pajama shirt. And I cannot say no to a Metallica Pusshead artwork t-shirt. So when I came up with the idea for blinging something out, this was the first thing that I thought about. And he actually started I think he's on eBay. He's been selling his t-shirts that shrunk on him on eBay, and he sold an Alice in Chains one, a Jar of Flies Alice in Chains shirt, and I was like, no, I could have blinged that out with the, that like red, almost like handwritten. I'm like, that would have been good to bling out. And then he sold something and he said something about a woman buying it, and I was like, wait a minute. Another girl can't be wearing Kevin's shirts. But I'm pretty pleased with that. Just don't look at it too closely. But otherwise, quite chuffed. Like I said, the color ended up being perfect. I went back and forth picking the colors. I almost went with gold, but I'm glad that it matches the screen print so well, because you can't see how bad I did. This was definitely harder than I thought it was going to be. It was very hard. I did this over 2 days. I did not film yesterday, but I started it yesterday, and I did M and E, and I was like, I need to take a break. I also redid the E like 3 times, so it's like I did 4 letters. And so, okay, I started out with the Hotfix, and then I said, I can't do it with this anymore. One, because I really couldn't find the right nib. These things, I couldn't find the right one for the smaller ones. My biggest, okay, I'm gonna roll the footage while I comments, questions, concerns, things of that nature. So my biggest concern was the screen print underneath. I was like, is that going to be good to stick to? When I was using I was also worried about melting the screen print, which ended up happening when I tried to do the smaller rhinestones. So when it came time to doing the small ones, I switched to like a flat, the nib that had the flat thing. And it kind of worked. Some of them were kind of coming off. But okay, so then I came up with, let's get them to just stick, maybe not be fully secure, but just to stick. And then I'll go over it with the iron. And when I woke up this morning, I said, I have to come up with something different. I can't use this freaking Hotfix thing again. So I'm going to tell you what I did, but I do at your own discretion. Probably don't do it. Did I inhale a bunch of fumes today? Probably. I pulled out the E6000, and I used my very tiny Q-tips that I use for doing nails, and I put a dot of E6000 where I wanted to put the rhinestones, and then put the rhinestones down. And when I was done, I ironed it. I ironed it all down, and I think they're on. Now, should you not heat up E6000? Probably not. Again, do at your own discretion. But I think if you're watching me, you probably have inhaled some fumes that you probably should not have. So, And here we are. Um, yeah, here we are. I hope I explained it well. I'm really not a tutorial channel. Question of the day. Load or reload? Which album do you think is better? Kevin and I have had this discussion many times. And I think the conclusion that I've come to is that the bad songs on Reload are better than the bad songs on Load, but the good songs on Load are better than the good songs on Reload. Load has Bleeding Me and Outlaw Torn, which is, I think, better than anything on Reload. So I didn't even answer the question. Fuel is a better album opener than It Ain't My Bad Cha. Anyway, I'm like out of breath. I inhaled a lot of fumes. My hair and makeup don't look great today, so this is where I'm going to leave you. Thank you for hanging out. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me the lightning bolt emoji. Ride the lightning all day, every day. I love you. Bye.